Hi, I'm Leon Scott, back to the dumbest genius you will ever meet. I'm also the author of Secrets of Safety Net Parenting, and I make videos about parenting. And you're watching one right now. Hey, if you have a topic for me or you have a question for me, please leave it in the comments below. Notice where my fingers are pointing. That's below. That would be above. I'm talking about below. Please leave it in the comments below. And while you're there, you might as well like this video. You might as well subscribe to this channel. So this video is in honor of Father's Day. My dad, when I was growing up, he wore weird clothes. He still wears weird clothes. He said strange things, and he listened to horrible music. He would sit on the floor with these giant headphones and sit there listening to his music. And every now and then he'd unplug it, and it would fill the house with Elton John and Simon and Garfunkel and Cat Stevens. I couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand the music. Couldn't stand his music. Why? Because it was Dad's music. But here's the thing. 20 years later, I'd be buying my songs, listening to my music, and maybe Elton John would come on the radio, or Simon and Garfunkel, and I'd listen to it, and I'd sing along with it, because I liked it. And the reason why it was because I realized that my dad, he didn't pick bad music. He just was my dad. And so sometimes it's okay for us to appreciate what our dads do for us. But sometimes it takes time. So here's some tips to do today as a dad so your kids will appreciate you in 20 years. Happy Father's Day. Tip number 1, no courtesy smiles. Stop smiling at the kid for no reason. If your kid ain't cutting it, don't pretend like she is. My youngest daughter, she plays basketball, but she's not that great yet. She said to me, "Dad, do you think I'll be in the WNBA one day?" I didn't smile and say, yes, sweetie, I think you'll be in the WNBA one day. I told her the truth. I told her, if you want to be in the WNBA, you're going to have to practice a lot more. So I kept it real. Didn't tell her, yes, you'll be in the WNBA. Didn't give her a courtesy smile. I told her the truth, but I also kept the door open, telling her she needs to continue to practice. Young people perform much better when adults express sincere expectations from them. Tip number 2, beat them. Now I don't mean beat them like hit them, but I mean beat them at something. Beat them at some game, checkers, or hopscotch, soccer. Beat them. It's okay to beat them. Too many dads let their kids beat them at checkers and hopscotch and tennis and chutes and ladders and all that kind of stuff. No, you don't need to let your kids beat you. I can remember when I was a kid, my dad, he had a dartboard up in our house, and whenever I would be walking by, he'd be sitting there. He was good at darts. He was throwing his darts, boom, boom, making it. You want to play some darts? I challenge you to darts. So I'd play darts against him. He wouldn't let me beat him. Would not let me beat him. I would try my best. We'd always play for like a quarter or something like that, and he would beat you again, son. Pay up. So I'd pay up my quarter, right? Then I remember the day I had gotten up to go to the bathroom, and he was still up playing his darts. He said, "Son, you want to play darts?" I said, "Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom." He said, "No, I'll just we'll play for a quarter, just one shot." So I picked up my dart and I threw it, and boom, hit the bullseye. Hit the bullseye. He looked at me and said, "Boy, what you been doing?" He picked up his dart, threw it, got like 9 points. I looked at him and said, "Keep your quarter." And I went to the bathroom. But inside I was screaming. It was fantastic. And then from then on, I would beat him sometimes. Did he let me win? No, I beat him fair and square. That triumph meant something to me. By my dad not letting me win, I learned resilience, I learned how to lose, and I learned how to appreciate a true victory. Number 3, dads, outlaw the word can't in your house. So don't allow your kid to use the word can't in the house. Instead, give your kid some alternatives. Say, instead of saying, "I can't," "I'm having trouble with," "I'm not sure how to," "Can you help me with," "I'm trying to," "How do I?" Those are some alternatives to can't. When a father allows his son to tell him that he can't, he's allowing his son to throw in the towel. Allowing him to use these alternatives is him saying, "I'm going to keep trying," and it's okay to ask for help. He learns perseverance even when something's difficult, and he also learns that he's capable. Number 4, be a father before you're a friend. Sorry, it's the truth. That's our job. We're dads. We're not buddies. So you want to be buddy-buddy with your daughter, and that would be wonderful, but that's not what she needs. She needs a father. Kids tell us they want their freedom, but really they need their boundaries. They thrive on knowing their boundaries, knowing their expectations, knowing their limits. So that's our job. So we go ahead and tell them what's expected of them. And if they don't follow through, we have to go ahead and consequence. That's part of what we do. Now, they may not act like they like it, but as long as we're fair, as long as we're consistent, they're going to love us, and they're going to appreciate it when they become parents of their own. Number 5, make philanthropy mandatory. I know, sounds crazy, right? Make philanthropy mandatory. So your child gets an allowance or gets some money from Aunt Gertrude for their birthday. Tell them they have to put 10% aside for a charity or a non-profit, something that's close to their heart. Now, I'll tell you, when I was a kid, we struggled financially. And because we struggled financially, man, I was a money hoarder. I was not about to be giving away money to people because I needed every single penny. Well, as I grew up and I became a little more financially independent, I still had that money hoarding mentality. So when someone came knocking on my door and said, "Can you please donate to my jogathon in my school, or can you go ahead and give us a couple bucks for breast cancer?" It was a struggle for me to say yes, even though I could. If philanthropy becomes a way of life for your children today, they don't have to struggle to give as an adult. And studies show that children who give feel like they're part of a bigger community, feel like they're part of a bigger picture, and they have a little more self-confidence, a little more pride, and they do better in school academically. And number 6, never tell your kid that she is smart. I know, conventional wisdom would say, why not? My kid does well on a math test. My kid is able to write a fantastic paper. Why not tell her she's smart, right? Because if you tell her she's smart, she's going to go, yeah, that feels good. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. But research has shown us that kids who are told that they are smart, they tend not to challenge themselves. The reason why is because once they're told they're smart and they have that smart title, they don't want to risk losing that title by doing something a little more difficult. So what do you do instead? You tell your kid, you worked your butt off. You tell your kid, I've seen you improve. Talk about improvement, talk about their effort. That's what you notice. When we tell a child we've noticed how hard they work, guess what they want to do? They want to work hard again for us. When we tell a child we've seen them improve, guess what they want to do? Continue to improve. When we tell a child they're smart, they don't want to risk getting something wrong and not looking smart again. So there's your Father's Day gift from me to you, dads. Those are the things you need to do today so that in 20 years your kid's going to appreciate you. 20 years from now your kid's going to pat you on the back. And 20 years from now you look me up and you say, you were right, Leon Scott Baxter, the dumbest genius you ever meet. That's why you are a dumbest genius, because you got this one right. 20 years from now you're going to thank me. If you've got more tips that go with the ones I just gave, please leave them in the comment section below. And you might as well like the video if you like it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Also, check out my website, safetynetters.com. And if you like what you heard today, you might as well pick up my book, Secrets of Safety Net Parenting. You can get that on Amazon.com. Look, parenting can be tough. Being a dad can be hard. But we got to do the tough stuff today so that in the future, our children will appreciate all the things we did for them today, and they will do the same thing for their children, your grandchildren. Take care. Thanks for coming. Drive carefully. Happy Father's Day.